Hello, I'm Beth, Conservator of Objects here at the Cleveland Museum of Art. As you can see, I'm back at work. I've been back for a few weeks now, working hard on preparing lots of great new things for you to see in the galleries this fall and coming spring. I've also had a little bit of time to pick back up on some research projects that got put on hold back in March. One of these is the Eleven-Headed Guanyin from the Chinese art collection. Guanyin is the Chinese name for Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva of infinite compassion, also known as Kannon in Japanese. In Buddhism, a bodhisattva is one who is able to reach enlightenment and nirvana, but delays doing so out of compassion in order to save suffering beings here on earth. Originally without a gender, Guanyin later took a female form and is one of the most popular bodhisattvas in East Asia because of her compassionate nature. When depicted with an 11-headed crown, as here, the deity can hear and see and therefore help all who are in distress anywhere in the world. This feels especially pertinent today as communities around the world come together to provide much-needed compassion to neighbors, friends, and strangers alike during the pandemic. But I want to share another reason that this work gives me reassurance and hope right now. The sculpture presents us with a puzzle. It is attributed to Tang dynasty China about the 7th through 10th centuries, but has a close resemblance to Japanese examples. The similarities are here in the crown, her clothing, and the delicately carved adornments of the body. Depictions of Guanyin always wear elaborate robes and jewelry to show that the bodhisattva is still attached to the earthly realm, but the style changes over time. For this and other reasons, scholars feel it may be a later Japanese copy, so we're taking a closer look. I recently took some digital X-rays to better understand the construction of the sculpture. The lower skirt is made up of 3 separate pieces of wood, placed with the wood grain running in perpendicular directions. There are clearly different species of wood present in the figure, with different grain sizes and patterns. The pieces are connected with small wooden pegs and adhered with glue, both traditional ways of constructing East Asian wooden sculpture. There are tiny metal pins attaching some of the jewelry to the body, indicating that it was carved separately. Large metal pins attach each of the heads of the crown. The right lower arm has been replaced, and we can see a modern threaded rod. I recently worked with a visiting researcher from Kyoto, Japan, to take tiny samples of wood from the figure. She will be examining these samples using micro X-ray tomography, like a CAT scan, but on a microscopic scale. Our goal is to identify the different types of wood present in the figure. Recent research using this technique has helped to establish which wood species are most commonly found in Chinese versus Japanese sculpture. If we can successfully identify the different types of wood used here, we might be able to gather some new clues to help us understand where the sculpture was originally carved and what has been altered over the passage of time. This international collaboration serves as a hopeful reminder that when people put their resources together, our power to answer questions grows. New technologies like the micro-CT used here continue to bring us new knowledge every day. On the other hand, this figure also reminds me that we don't and we can't know everything, and that's okay. We will learn something from this research, but we may never learn the whole story. And I don't think we need to. Sometimes looking at works of art is a lesson in finding the beauty simply in what exists, in what has miraculously survived to greet us in this present time. The patient expression on this figure's face reminds me to also be patient in a time of uncertainty as our world continues to change around us. To learn more about the 11-Headed Guanyin, please visit cma.org, and please make plans to come by the galleries and see what we have in store for you.
Support the CMA Fund. Help us create transformative experiences through art for the benefit of all the people forever. Thank you.